wish I may, wish I might. Rabbit's lunchbox was very, very old. Everyone in his class had a lunchbox with pictures on it. There were whales on Woodchuck's lunchbox, and Possum had cars on his. But Rabbit's lunchbox was just blue all over and rusty in the corners. Rabbit told his mother how terrible his lunch tasted in his blue lunchbox. No one would sit next to him at school, he said, because his lunchbox was so old. But his mother said that he was lucky to have such a fine old lunchbox. One night, Rabbit was waiting for supper when he saw the first star twinkling faintly in the sky. He decided to make a wish. Star light, star bright, first star I see tonight. Wish I may, wish I might, have the wish I wish tonight. Then he said, a new lunchbox, please. The next morning, when it was time to leave for school, his mother gave him his same old lunchbox. Rabbit thought about the star. It was very far away. Probably his wish had not reached this star yet. That day at school, he sat next to Skunk, and while he ate his lunch, he looked at the snacks on Skunk's lunchbox. When school was over, he went home and put his lunchbox on the kitchen table. Then he went outside and sat down and waited. The sun was setting in the west. It was beginning to grow dark. Soon the first evening star twinkled in the sky. Starlight, star bright, he called. First star I see tonight. Wish I may, wish I might, have the wish I wish tonight. This time he said in a loud voice, in case you didn't hear me yesterday, I would like a new lunchbox, please. But the next morning, when he was ready to leave for school, his mother gave him the same old lunchbox. Oh, well, that star was certainly far, far away. His wish would probably take a little while longer to get there. That day in school, he sat next to Possum at lunch and counted 14 cars on Possum's lunchbox. After baseball practice, he hurried home and put his lunchbox on the kitchen table. Then he went outside and looked up in the sky. Soon the first evening star appeared. This time he stood and shouted, Star light, star bright, first star I see tonight. Can you hear me? Wish I may, wish I might, have the wish I wish tonight. As I said before, I wish I could have a new lunchbox. Rabbit's mother opened the kitchen door. She gave Rabbit a funny look and said it was time for supper. The next morning, when Rabbit was ready to leave for school, his mother gave him his same old lunchbox. He almost cried. But he remembered what his teacher told him. She said that the evening star was 6 to 7 million miles away. His wish would probably take at least another day to get there. So he went to school and ate his lunch and studied the blue whale and the white whale and the sperm whale on Woodchuck's lunchbox. Finally, school was over and Rabbit went home. His mother was waiting for him at the door. Rabbit gave her his old blue lunchbox, and his mother gave him something back. A brand new lunchbox. This lunchbox had trucks on it. A dump truck, a garbage truck, a tow truck, more than 10 different trucks. Rabbit hugged his new lunchbox. He hugged his mother. Then he ran outside and called in a very, very, very loud voice, Thank you, evening star. The end. The birthday party wish. Not very long ago, there lived a mouse who loved birthdays more than anything else in the world. When she was 6 years old, her parents gave her a birthday party. All her friends came. First, they played games. They played pin the tail on the bunny and hide the button. Then it was time to have cake and ice cream. Before she blew out the candles on her beautiful chocolate cake, she made a wish. "I wish I could have a birthday every day," she said to herself. Whoosh! She blew out all the candles. After everyone had cake and ice cream, Mouse opened her presents. She got a ball, a jump rope, crayons, checkers, and pickup sticks. At last everyone went home. Mouse was tired from all the excitement. She went to bed early and fell sound asleep. Well, the next day at 3 o'clock, which is the time for birthday parties, there was a loud knock on the door. Mouse opened it. All her friends came piling into her house. "Happy birthday," they shouted. She was surprised. It was my birthday yesterday, she thought, but she didn't say that out loud. First, they played games. Then, it was time for cake and ice cream. Mouse was having fun, so she made the same wish on her chocolate cake that she made the day before. Whoosh! She blew out all the candles. Then she opened her presents. She was a little surprised to see they were the same presents that she got yesterday. Now she had two of everything, but she didn't care. Finally, everyone went home. When she went to bed that night, she was very excited. Maybe tomorrow she would have another party. The next day at 3 o'clock, all her friends came piling into her house again. They brought her presents, and they played. They had cake and ice cream, and Mouse made the same wish when she blew out her candles. She knew then that she would have another birthday the next day, and the next and the next. But on the day after that, she began to get tired of those same presents. She had 6 jump ropes, 6 games of checkers, 6 boxes of crayons, 6 bunches of pickup sticks, and 6 balls. She was even more tired of chocolate cake, so when it came time to blow out the candles, she changed her wish. She said to herself, "I wish my birthday would be over today." She took a deep breath and blew. Whoosh! All the candles went out except one. Oh dear. The next day she had another birthday. When it came time to make her wish, she wished even harder that her birthday would be over. Then she blew with all her might. And guess what? All the candles went out. And that was the end of Mouse's birthday for another year. At her 7-year-old birthday party, she made a much more sensible wish. "I wish I could have pancakes for breakfast tomorrow morning." And she did. The end. Bear's Magic. It all started on Friday, when Bear wished it would snow. He got new snowshoes for Christmas, and he wanted to use them. So he said out loud to himself, "I wish it would snow." Very soon tiny flakes of snow began to drift slowly down out of the sky. It snowed all night. The next morning, Bear looked out of the window. What a surprise! He must have some powerful magic to make it snow like that. There was plenty of snow for snowshoeing. So he said out loud, "I wish it would stop snowing." And later that day it did. Bear had fun snowshoeing all day Sunday. He wanted to snowshoe on Monday too, but his father said that he had to go to school. Just before school was over that day, his teacher told the class that we're going to have an arithmetic test tomorrow. Bear thought. I will fool her. I will wish that there is no school tomorrow. On his way home, he made the wish. That night he didn't study for his test. He just played with his toys. When he woke up the next morning, his mother was standing beside his bed. She said he didn't have to get up so early. It was too slippery outside to go to school. I know it, said Bear. You knew what? Asked his mother. Oh, nothing, Bear said. He lay in bed for a while, thinking that he must be the most magic bear in the whole world. Then he got up and played all day with his toys. The next morning, there was school again. The first thing his teacher did was to pass out the arithmetic test. Oh, help, said Bear to himself. I'd better use my magic. So he said out loud, I wish to get 100 on my test. No talking, Bear, his teacher said. Bear looked at the test. There were quite a few examples he did not know how to do. He wasn't too worried though. Soon his magic would begin to work, but no answers came into his head. Come on, magic, he said, get going. But nothing happened. His teacher walked by his desk. She looked at Bear's paper. Bear, please stay after school today. You need extra help. So Bear stayed after school and got extra help while everyone else went sliding on the icy hillside near his house. On his way home, Bear thought about his magic. Suddenly he knew what was wrong. His magic would not work in school. It would only work out of school. He decided to make another wish, an easy wish, just to get his magic working again. He said out loud, I wish I could have spaghetti for supper tonight. It was late when he got home. His father said to wash his paws because supper was almost ready. Bear washed his paws. Then he sat down at the table. He was so hungry. He could hardly wait to eat his spaghetti. Soon his father came in from the kitchen with a big plate. He put it in front of Bear. Bear looked. Oh, help! There on his plate was not spaghetti at all, but liver. How could his magic give him liver instead of spaghetti? If his magic was going to get that mixed up, he'd better not take any more chances. No more wishes for him. After supper, he went to his room and did all his homework. And the next day, he didn't have to stay after school for extra help because he got 100 on his spelling test. The end.